My name is Prashant Sawant, and I've been taking seminars here on health and spirituality. Now, last month, I did one seminar on something similar: how to talk to mirror and improve your health, happiness, and things like that. So, this is in continuation to that, but that doesn't mean that you have had to attend the last one. Even if you have not attended that, it will be no problem. So, today also I'll be talking about how one should talk to mirror and sort out lots of their problems. We have lots of inner issues which how a mirror can take care of. So, that we will be talking about today. So, self talk with mirror for health and happiness, and virtually for everything. So, if we are talking to mirror in a right way, all the issues should be sorted out. Now, let us first understand mind. Mind is something which controls everything. If we can control mind, we can control everything else. So, what exactly happens? So, there is one slide which I have put up here. Just see. So, if you see, this is conscious mind and this is subconscious mind, and subconscious mind can achieve anything. It is said, some people say it is 4%, subconscious mind is 96%, somebody will say it is 10%, somebody will 90%, whatever. But let us say it is 10%, 90%. So it is, subconscious mind is extremely powerful. Subconscious mind is very, very, very powerful. Then what is the importance of conscious mind? Why, what exactly conscious mind does, in your opinion? Though most of the things, subconscious mind is going to give you. Then how conscious mind determines what you will get or what you will not get?
It's a driver.
It's a driver. So that engine is subconscious mind. So if I have to talk to you about Ram and Hanuman, so Ram is what? Conscious or subconscious mind?
Conscious.
Conscious mind. And Hanuman is subconscious mind. So Hanuman will achieve anything. He has unlimited powers. But Ram will control him. Okay. So likewise, in our case, we have conscious mind and subconscious mind. So it is said that conscious mind can set target and subconscious mind will achieve target. So whatever target you have in life can only be set by conscious mind, but the achievement part is done by subconscious mind. That is why you will find a lot of people making huge plans, but nothing happens. So conscious mind can make good plans, and whatever target we set, that if we don't get it, it is just a good intention. So I want to do this, but I don't know how to do it, and I have failed. But most of the times people fail not because they cannot do that or they don't deserve it, they fail for some other reason. So if you set a target that I want to have 100 crores in my bank account, so if that is your target, the main driver, the force which will achieve it is subconscious mind. So why it doesn't achieve, let us discuss that. So there is conscious mind, there is subconscious mind, and there is in between, there is critical filter. That critical filter will filter. Suppose you put, if you say I want 100 crores in my bank account, so that goes through that filter and subconscious mind listens to that. Now that filter screws everything. So what it does, let us understand. Now filter is belief, your belief about yourself. So if you say I want 100 crores in my bank account, but your belief says I am poor, I don't deserve this kind of money. So that belief will filter it and give it to subconscious mind that don't do it. And subconscious mind will not do it. Picture jayega. So it is such an important thing. I think it should be taught in school that everything is about filter. And if you see, like I have been telling every time, that E plus R is equal to O. E is the event, O is the outcome, then R will be response, how you react to it. So event and your response will make it output. So your response will decide everything. Now subconscious mind is belief. For example, if somebody believes that his wife doesn't love him, and that person, that wife of his says कि आप जाके market से जाके bread लेके आओ, and then she says I love you, please get a bread, I love you. Now he will think that his belief is she doesn't love me, so he feels that she is saying I love you because she wants the bread to be brought. So she doesn't love me, only thing she wants the bread to be brought to home, that is why she is just saying that I love you. Are you getting me? She may genuinely love him, but she will say no. He will say no, she doesn't love me. Even if she says I love you, he will reject it. So his subconscious mind rejects that because the filter says nobody can love me. There are some people who think nobody loves me. I am not lovable. I am not worth it. So that is a filter which actually is screwing up everything. So we have to take care of the filter only, nothing else. So whenever now your conscious mind is thinking, I want 100 crores, but your subconscious mind tells you that you are not, you don't deserve it. Now actually why it happens that from the childhood, how we are programmed, that will decide the filter. The filter is created between 2 and 8 years of age. That can be improved upon, that can be changed upon, but it will take a lot of efforts. But this childhood programming will create a filter in your mind. This is what it is. So when you are at home, when you are a child and your mother and father, they are discussing about lack of money, your filter says there is lack of money in the universe. So whenever you try to attempt something, you will feel, how can I get easily 100 crores? It is not possible, because your mind is programmed. The filter says you are poor, and that is most damaging thing. That is why if you see, if somebody is very poor and gets a lottery, after a few years he is again back to, maybe he is worse than he was earlier.
Yeah, doesn't manage money.
Because it filter says I am poor. So even today, now Mukesh and Anil, they are rich, and Cyrus and Ratan Tata, they are rich. If you take everybody's wealth back and equally distribute that, after 1 or 2 years, same thing will happen. The poor will again become poor and the rich will again become rich, because their filter is they are rich. So we can change this filter with lot of efforts, like meditation, silence. Like I had discussed about the 7 spiritual laws, where you can meditate, you can go into silence, or you can commune with nature. And fourth one is you should be non-judgmental. If you these four things if you do, still you can change your filter to better. So now this critical filter, please tell yourself, ask yourself, what are those filters? Now we can actually change these filters. There is one way, like I told you, all this meditation, silence, and communing with nature, and not being non-judgmental. There is one more thing, that is talking to mirror. You can talk to mirror and actually change this filter. Okay. Now this filter is everything. Now if you are wherever you are today, that is because of this filter. Good, bad, ugly, wherever you are, it is only because of filter. That filter has taken you there, that position where you are today. If you change the filter, things will change. Okay. So now please, this is, I think, the most important slide. If somebody understands this, he will be happy in his life. He has to just ask himself, if I am thinking of achieving something, what does my filter say? If I want to achieve a flat in Pedder Road, I want a bungalow in Pedder Road, you ask what my filter is saying. If my filter doesn't believe that, if my belief is no, you can't, you don't deserve this, you are not worth it, you will not get it. So the other way is, set a small target, get it, then make a bigger target, get it, then make a slowly you can go. Rather than, suppose you are staying in Virar, you don't expect something in Pedder Road immediately. Maybe try to come to Borivali, then to Andheri, maybe to Bandra. Or if you want to come to Pedder Road, you can. Who is stopping you? This belief, this filter. This filter says you don't deserve it. Okay. So let us understand how one can talk to mirror and improve upon this filter, which will allow positive things to go to subconscious mind, which will allow subconscious mind to have positive input. Now if you see relationships, please understand all your relationships with others, like, see, there are 3-4 circles. Like for first circle is your own family, mother, father, husband, wife, kids. That is your inner circle. Then there is one more circle, your friends, colleagues. Then there is third circle, which is in your society. Whenever you are going to somewhere, they know this, they are watching you every day. And there is a fourth circle, which is like you go on the road, they are all fourth. They don't care who you are, and you don't care who they are. So there are 4 circles in life. So your relationship with that inner circle, or anybody, any of those circles, depend on your relationship with yourself. If you are comfortable with yourself, you will be comfortable with others. So if you see, most of the people, they are not comfortable being alone. They will say, okay, I am going somewhere, so they will have some music in their ears. So they just cannot sit and be alone. So that means they are not enjoying their own company. If they are not enjoying their own company, nobody else will enjoy their company. So we have to sit in solitude with our own self and enjoy that also. So what is happening today is, when we sit with ourselves, a lot of things are coming in our mind which disturb us. So that is why we want somebody with us always to talk to or to interact to, so that we try to forget what has happened. So that is not a solution. We have to face it and actually solve it. The moment we are comfortable with our own selves, we will be comfortable with others, everybody else. So your relationship with others will depend on your relationship with your own self. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So relationship, if you want to improve your relationship with others, with your wife, with your kids, with your friends, or with your colleagues, or with your bosses, or with your subordinates, if you want to improve that relationship, your relationship with yourself should improve.
Love yourself.
You have to love yourself. So how to improve? Instead of trying to improve if I'm trying to improve my relationship with my brother, instead of that, let me improve my relationship with myself, so that relationship will easily and automatically improve. So how to improve that relationship with our own selves? That is what we are going to talk about. Which I have told you that your relationship with the word in general will actually depend on your relationship with yourself. Now mirror, basically, this mirror will help you improve your relationship with your own self. How? So you stand in front of the mirror and you relax. What is relaxing? Relaxing is breathing slowly. So generally when we are agitated, we breathe fast. We take lots of shallow breaths. So if you try to relax, if you take a deep breath up to your pet tuck, and if you slowly inhale, exhale, slowly you will get relaxation. So slowing down the rate of breathing will relax you. If I just say relax, that is not going to happen. So how to relax is slow down your breathing. Okay. Now this conscious and subconscious, I was telling you, now the subconscious mind actually does the job of breathing. Okay, subconscious does the job of breathing. If conscious mind is left with breathing, a lot of people will die. They will forget to breathe. But if you see, most of the people don't do anything regularly. We are generally irregular being regular. So if I have to take some task, and if I have to do every day of my life, for my entire life, I may not, nobody has done that. So people who have done that one thing every day, they will succeed. Because life demands consistency, not some excellence. If small thing done every day is better than doing big thing only one day. So the subconscious mind actually keeps you alive by breathing. Now if I tell you breathing, then your mind will go to breathing, and then you will consciously breathe for some time. But after some time again it will be given to subconscious mind. So breathing is done by subconscious mind, which is again everything. If you don't breathe, you are gone. So that is the meaning, that is the power of subconscious mind. And we are actually working on conscious mind only. All our education system works on conscious mind, which is 4 to 5 or maximum 10%. That is why we are not word beaters, even though we have a lot of talent. And the people who have gone like Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella, they have gone out of India to US. They have created records there because they understood what the mind can do, and they have done that. So we have to sit in front of the mirror and relax, and you have to take your own name and say I love you. This has to be done with complete passion. You know what? When you deep breathe inside, you take the breath inside and take your name, take the breath inside and say, I will say, Prashant, I love you. I really, really love you. You mean that. Those should not only be words, they should be feelings. So when you say I love you, you should actually love you. Try to feel that love for your own self. So that is why you breathe deep inside, and slowly while exhaling you talk. Your name, I love you, I really, really love you. See, it's very difficult because why you think it is difficult? Why we can't say I love to our own selves? I'm not saying go and tell it to Aishwarya Rai, but why we can't say I love to our own self?
We always criticize ourselves.
We actually don't love ourselves. The person whom we hate the most is our own self. We criticize our own self more than anybody else.
We always told ourselves to improve.
You are right. You are right. That means there is something wrong.
We are not accepting ourselves.
We are not accepting. Like people love Madhuri Dixit, but in one of the interviews she said, she was asked what you would love, like suppose next birth you become same Madhuri Dixit, what extra you should have. She said, I want some more height. I think about 3-4 inches I should have been taller. So if Madhuri Dixit also feels that she should have been taller than, actually she is short. When I met her, I saw she is much shorter than what ideally one should be. But that is her, maybe that is what she is criticizing herself. Madhuri, imagine she is criticizing herself that she should have been taller. So that is what happens with everybody. So we always find out that what is wrong in us, and as you rightly said, we keep on improving. That means we think there is a room for improvement. So it is said that biggest room in the word is room for improvement. That means we think we have to do a lot of things. Okay? So then we have to take our name and see, this exercise one should do virtually every day. And if somebody does it for 21 days, that will start sinking in. And when somebody starts loving you start loving your own self, the word will love you. See, now there was a time when I didn't have a lot of money, but I used to go to 5-star hotel and I used to do whatever I want. So whenever you go inside a 5-star hotel, the Gurkha is observing your body language, the security guard.
Yeah.
So if you believe you belong there, they will not stop you.
Yeah.
But if you believe I don't, that 500 rupees ka chai I may not be able to afford, that will be seen on your face. And if you say I don't care, I can go inside, I can drink that tea, whatever it is. So I मेरे लिए बड़ी बात नहीं है. So that your body will shout that I am the best and I deserve it to be here. At the same time, body will say you are not worth it. So body will tell that to the security guard. He will stop you. कहाँ जाना है? Why he should stop you? Because he has read your body language. Because your body is talking to yourself that do you really believe? Do you really deserve this place? Do you really deserve this tea which is costing 500 rupees? So the body says, the mind says no, you don't deserve. You should go out and drink that 5 rupees ka chai. So immediately the body will tell him that don't allow me inside. And then we blame him. But we have to blame our own self because our own dialogue is negative. Okay, so we have to say this, and this ideally should be done. Sorry.
The ticket checker is also.
Very good point.
If
The
you
railway
see-
ticket checker, he will see through.
If you see at him and go just behind.
Besides him,
besides
he will not
him,
stop.
He will not.
He will not stop. Okay, so this is to be said 3 times. So deep breathe inside and then slowly exhale and talk about this. Like your name and I love you, I really love you. Now see what happens is when you say this, what do you think? What will be the feelings in our mind? If you say this to yourself in mirror, how would you feel inside?
स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा मतलब बिलीव नहीं होगा फिर आस्ते आस्ते लाइक
Starting believe नहीं होगा. In fact, आप करके देखो. I think last seminar I had done that about 1 month back. If you do that for 21 days, you will see the difference. You will start believing in yourself.
तो भी चीज नवी करते तो वो लाइक थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी होती है लाइक
No, break नहीं करना चाहिए. It has to be daily. And other thing is, I personally believe that even being arrogant is good. Because if you see a lot of people who are very top, they are arrogant. I'm not saying belittle somebody, but you have to be extremely arrogant that I'm the best.
What I did, I tried once with visual. Initially, I got the feeling, how you are loving yourself. And then I found out something good which I did. I mean, I recall.
Right.
And then slowly that feeling has come.
Absolutely, he is very right. What happens is when we start talking about this, I love you, we feel strange and stupid. Because the way what he said exactly is right. Because we say, how can I love you? You are so stupid. You have done so many mistakes. Those mistakes prop up. So now the way he said, he recollected his good times. So he started believing, yes, I am worth loving. But when we say I love you, we try to dig from our, see, the biggest blessing God has given us is memory and imagination. And that has become our biggest curse. Memory and imagination has become our biggest curse. Because when we memorize, when we go back, we dig out failure instances. We think of when we failed. And when we imagine, we think that we will fail. So our memory and imagination, which is supposed to be your biggest asset, has actually turned into your biggest liability. So one has to, in fact, if you have bad memory, suppose it cannot happen that everybody will have only bad memories, but suppose somebody has lots of bad memories, he should take that memory, turn it upside down, and he should imagine that if something like this had happened, what I would have felt. So imagination, memory should be used for our own self, not against our own self. But people use it again. What he said, I dug out the positive episode. So his memory helped him get some positivity out of his earlier life. So he started loving
The
himself.
general tendency is to see the physical appearance. I mean, we don't go into
Right.
detail.
We are not, it is said that, see, again, there are 3 questions we have to ask ourselves. First is, we are not what we do. We are not what we do. We are not what we have. And we are not what others think you are. But the whole life is spent in projecting what we are not. People are trying to project something to somebody that he is not. And his entire energy is going in proving to somebody that I am not you think I am. So instead of proving, he should improve. Why should I prove something to you? Because that is temporary. If I convince you that I have Mercedes, but I don't have Mercedes, what is the point? He will be saying, he has Mercedes, but it is nonsense. Why should I? And that is what I'm going to get out of that. That he is saying good things about me. But if I put that energy into improving myself, I will certainly get Mercedes. Like I will somehow get Mercedes. So let us improve, not prove. So here in this case, we will feel strange and stupid actually, because, and that is normal, because we have never loved ourselves unconditionally. We have never loved ourselves unconditionally. We have never loved that. That is the biggest issue. We have to love ourselves. Like, see, there is always but. I love you, but I will do this, but. So that but is the condition. So if you don't love yourself unconditionally, you will not get things unconditionally. So if you want Mercedes, that will also put some condition. Do this, you will get it. Because you are always putting borders and barriers to your own self. See, now if you think saying I love you is difficult, we can say I am learning to love you, or I am willing to learn to love you. So first is I love you, your name, I love you, I really, really love you, or I am learning to love you. That is what you have to tell yourself. Or I am willing to learn to love you. So that is a watered down version. The first one is the best one, I love you, learning to love, and willing to learn to love. Okay, so either of these three one should implement, so that the main objective of saying this is what we want to achieve out of this.
Building confidence.
Conditioning the mind.
That is filter. We are cleaning the filter.
Filter, yeah.
So we are cleaning the critical filter. You know that aqua guard also, you clean the filter.
Yeah.
So we are cleaning the filter.
And that we don't do anything.
We never do that.
We never do.
So by doing this, please tell yourself there is a critical filter which is actually sabotaging all your good plans or good intention. So whatever you want to achieve, that filter has to be changed. So this will change the filter or improve the filter. Now there is a child in us. Everybody has a child inside, and sometimes we have forgotten that we were children, and we started behaving like adults. Like, see, when we were there in your mother for 9 months, that time everything was done by God. We were not knowing, we were not worried where the next food will come from, who will take care of us. It was totally done by God. Not your mother, it was done by God, because some universe controlled whatever happened inside. But when we came out, we said, thank you. From now onwards, I will take over. So that power which we had submitted totally when we were inside for 9 months, we started to tell that power, you please be aside, I will manage my life. And we started to disbelieve that power as we grew up. And we started to take control in our own hands, and then we started failing miserably. So if we keep the control there, if we believe in that power, things will happen smoothly, without any. See things. If you see the nature does whatever it does effortlessly. The plant grows effortlessly. The flower blooms effortlessly. But we put more efforts. And in fact, I will tell you, according to the spiritual laws of success, if you put efforts into something, you are actually putting it away from you. You are struggling to get it. So if you struggle, your connection becomes, because you don't believe that it will come to you. So yes, you should be desperate about getting it, but that belief should be there. If you have belief that you will get it, you will not struggle. Like, I go to that hotel in Hindamata or say Domino Pizza, and I said I want this pizza, and I pay, and I come and sit. So I believe that it will come. And if somebody doesn't believe, it may not come. The hotel will close, or something will happen, and something will go wrong and say, sorry, band ho gaya. That is the power of our thought. We believe that it is going to come. And when we stop believing that, it will go for a toss. Okay. So we have to, in mirror, we have to imagine that we are a child. You take your own photograph when you were 2 or 3 years old, when we are very, very, very small. And when you are looking inside your eyes in the mirror, imagine that you are talking to the child, not yourself. Because this body of yours has made lots of mistakes or disappointments are carrying, this body is carrying. But that body which was 2 years old, it had not done any mistake. So in your opinion, that child was perfect. That was you. So you talk to him. And the main journey is to go from here to there. So suppose you are 50 years old, from 50 to 2 is what will take you to your success path. So when you are looking in the eyes, your own eyes, imagine you to be that 2-year-old boy, because you are looking at eyes, not the body. Your own eyes also, you are looking inside the eyes, nothing, nowhere else. So you have to imagine that you are a 2-year-old child, and you are talking to that child and saying, I love you. Again, it is difficult at the beginning, but it will become easier after a few days. You will find it difficult to start with, because that I love you also, maybe people must have said to some girl or boy in the college, And then after marriage also they stop saying I love you to their wives. Nobody talks about I love you after maybe 3 or 4 or 5 months. That stops. That is that is just a way of getting that girl to marry you or that boy to marry you. That's it. So that has become a tool. Nobody actually means that. Very few people mean. I love you. The real meaning of I love you is shown in the movie called Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. In that movie, Aishwarya Rai loves Salman. Ajay Devgan gets married to Aishwarya Rai. And then when he comes to know that Aishwarya Rai actually loves Salman, he makes sure, he tries to find Salman for her. And then his father taunts him कि what क्या किस तरह के मर्द हो तुम अपनी वाइफ को अपने लवर को मिलाने जा रहे हो. तो ही से प्यार खुदगर्जी का नाम नहीं है. प्यार उसकी खुशी में है जिसको आप प्यार करते हो. अगर इसकी खुशी उसमें है तो आई हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट शी गेट्स हिम. दैट इज लव. दैट इज आई लव यू, नथिंग एल्स. But when we say I love you, we are actually loving our own self. We want that woman or girl in our life because I love myself. So I want that, that is my comfort. So we are actually looking inward when we are saying. So in this case, when we are saying I love you, we have to look inward but positively. I want to improve myself. That is the objective. So it will happen easier. It will be easier after few days. And ideally, we should say this minimum 100 times a day. Ideally, you should have a pocket mirror, small mirror, which should be in the pocket. So whenever you are free, pull it out and look inside your eyes and say, I love you.
The best time in the morning?
Ideally, best time in the morning. But why you think, see, once you get up and you should do it, ideally, why it is like that? What do you think must be the reason?
Energy,
You're fresh.
We are fresh, that is the right.
energy is positive that time.
That is the, in fact that is the area where subconscious mind is going and conscious mind is coming. So they are handing over, take over. But one more reason is, we look the worst in the morning. So when we are looking to we are looking at that picture of our own self and still say I love you. That means you are loving that version of yourself also. If you see Bombay Times of today, Vidya Balan's photo has come. In that movie Kahani, she is without makeup most of the time. The new Kahani which is coming, today's Bombay Times, her photo is there without makeup. And she looks bad. If you see that. Have you seen that Bombay Times? Today's Bombay Times. So she looks very ordinary. Okay, so in this case, when we get up and look at our own self, so generally we will. In fact, there was a joke on WhatsApp that lady just got up and she wanted to. Now she gets up and immediately starts putting powder, lipstick, and all that. The husband says, "What happened? Why you are doing that?" She says, "Oh, that mobile has come up with a feature that it recognizes the face." So now he is not recognizing me. That joke was there on WhatsApp. So she actually puts makeup and then says, "Okay, mobile starts up." So ideally we should say this 100 times per day. Now, sorry. Morning is one thing, then continuously. See, in fact, when you are passing, there is a mirror or glass, you immediately say I love you. There is a kaach ka, matlab car window is there, anything. Whenever you see your reflection, say I love you. Whenever you see your reflection, say I love you. Okay. Now this word you must have heard in one of the movies. They were saying ilu ilu. That's Subhash Ghai's. I love you, I love you. In fact, Subhash Ghai used to say that to his wife when he was, having affair with her, Rehana. So people used to not understand what he's saying. So he used to say ilu ilu, and that he got in the movie Saudagar. Then generally we find it difficult to say I love you to somebody because we are always judging ourselves. We are judging ourselves. See, you either judge somebody or you love somebody. You can't do both. So if you start judging somebody, you stop loving somebody. So if I start judging him, then I don't love him. If I really love him, I will not judge him. Whatever he is, I accept. So same thing with our own self. When we say I love you, I start judging, how can I love myself? I have made so many blunders. So I judge myself that I am no good. I have made so many mistakes. So how can I say I love you? I am not worth loving myself. So that judgment comes into picture. So that should not be there. And again, like he said, he got positive things in mind, but generally this will come into mind. Mistakes and failures will crop up. So you should have efforts, you should make efforts to get positive things crop up, but generally negative things will come up. And because of this, we are judging ourselves negatively. So we judge ourselves, so we don't love ourselves. So either you judge or love. Okay. Now, when you say I love you and you are doing the exercise, we should have ideal towel or tissue in hand, because sometimes you will cry also. Because when you are forgiving your own self for the mistakes you have made and you are trying to say you are good, you are okay, you are perfect. So you will actually feel emotions welling up.
Emotions will come out.
Emotion will come out. and you will cry. Ideally one should cry, then that is getting washed off. And this is the morning, because I said, because we don't look our best, and we have to still love ourselves anyway. Now journaling, this particular journaling is whatever we are doing, we have to write it down also. Like last time also I had said that whatever feelings you are experiencing, ideally they should be written. It is said that don't think it, ink it. So whenever you ink something, some feeling of yours, you will get more grasp on that. So now these are the questions you have to ask yourselves, and write down the answers in the journal which we have. What is that which you are not getting? Now everybody will have something which they want in life. So please put it down on paper, one thing at a time. Suppose you take the uppermost thing. So be as specific as possible. So if you put whatever you want in life particular, so that one should write down. This is what I am not getting. This is what I am not getting. I want it, but I am not getting it. So you are putting it on a piece of paper. Then this programming is done in your childhood. Now whatever you are not getting, now something must have happened in your childhood which is stopping you from getting that, and you have to do research on that. For example, money. Suppose you want to be rich and you are not getting money, so you have to go back and ask yourself what had happened in your childhood which programmed you for lack of money. So maybe whenever you used to go to shop and you say, I want this chocolate, your father is to give you maybe cheaper than that. And whenever you used to say, I want 5, you say, I don't have money, I take 1. So all these things have made what you are today. So those beliefs got ingrained in you that there is lack of money. And now that belief is stopping you from getting what you want today. Okay, are you getting me? Yeah. So you have to go back and find out what had happened in childhood which is stopping you from. And the work has to be done there, because the programming happened between 2 and 8. So you have to go back and see what had happened there. Now where things taken away from you when you did something wrong. This has happened with kids, He breaks something and then say, आगे से मैं तुमको ये दूंगा नहीं, ये तुमको कभी दूंगा नहीं, अभी खलास हो गया, ये अभी तूने तोड़ दिया, I will not give you. See, it is so damaging. If a child breaks something, he doesn't do it on purpose, but he breaks something, the father is scolding and saying, I will not give this to you again. So if you have failed at getting something, your mind says you will not get it again. So you have tried your exam, suppose you are giving MBBS exam, or you failed, your mind will say, I am the failure, I will not get it again. Because your childhood, your parents said, that's it, I am not going to give you again. See, so damaging. In fact, I was in one of the gardens in Vashi, and the match was being played, practice matches. And a small child came running. He was about 6, 7 years old. He came running completely excited, and his father was waiting for him to, he wanted to pick him up and go, because they play for 1 hour and then the father takes. So the father is standing, totally emotionless, and the child comes running, and with complete emotions and happiness, he is bursting with joy and says, आज मैंने 10 गोल मारे, आज मैंने 10 गोल मारे, and his father is totally unmoved, and he's saying like this, okay, he took his bag and started walking, and I was watching what is happening to him. He's totally, it is not that he was crestfallen, but he thought he would have said, yeah, great job done, yeah, great job, but his father didn't react at all. So if you see that ad where the child, the teacher calls the father and the child and says, कैसा कैसा drawing बनाते है तुम्हारा, कैसा कैसा ऐसे लिखता है तुम्हारा बच्चा, गाड़ी उल्टा जा रहा है, and the father says, you're right, great job son, and the child is writing गाड़ी उल्टा जा रहा है, and बाप बोल रहा तो सही है, that is father, he doesn't disbelieve him. So tomorrow he will say, why not, I will do whatever I want to. That is why Sundar Pichai, people like Sundar Pichai come in this world, who will say, why not, why can't I bring Android, why can't I bring driverless car? Because the father said, yes, anything can happen. And the fathers who reprimanded the child saying, what nonsense. Khalas. Now that child is extremely talented, but he is gone. Because that will not, his creativity, his successes are not celebrated. So he will not feel being successful anymore. So slowly, he will not be happy at success. So automatically will be failure. So that is the biggest problem. In fact, I don't know what to do. But parenting, one should have schools. And the person who gets married, they have to join that course. That government should make a rule, because the child is such a precious thing which can become anything. Now I give you a seed, I give you apple seed. That apple seed may have 1,000 apples or 1 lakh apples, or that may not have a single apple. Suppose you keep that seed here on this table, that will not do anything for you. That seed will die. So who has done that? It is you. It was not seed's mistake. You need to plant it a place and you nurture it. Then that seed will give you lots of apples. So that every child is a seed which is capable of giving you lakhs and lakhs of apples, but we don't know how we nurture it. And most of the people don't think that they deserve to be happy. Now suppose they are happy and somebody, kya baat hai, good thing happened. He might say, अरे नहीं यार पता नहीं, maybe कल क्या होगा मालूम नहीं. He will discount it immediately. ऐसा होता है ना, nobody actually says, yes, good, I'm thankful to God that I'm happy. Maybe my happiness will multiply tomorrow. He will say, नहीं नहीं यार, you never know, कल भी last time भी ऐसा हुआ था, and then again it went back to square one, and again I had to go back. So people, most of the time, they don't feel that they deserve to be happy. One has to feel that he deserves to be happy.
Most
Then
of
he'll
the
be.
time people don't appreciate appreciation also.
They cannot, and they don't know how to tackle that.
How to tackle it.
They don't know how to tackle appreciation. If somebody says you're good, they will doubt you. They क्यों खींच रहा है मेरी and all that. They will not say yes, I am good. In the movie Shakti, Amitabh Bachchan goes to meet Smita Patil, and she's singing in that hotel. She sings the song, and after the song is over, they are both walking together. And Amitabh says, "आप अच्छा गाती हो." And you know what she says? मैं जानती हूँ. What a dialogue! मैं जानती हूँ.
That was good.
That was absolute conviction in our own self. मैं जानती हूँ. So there is nothing big you are telling me. नहीं नहीं मैं अच्छा नहीं गाती, लता मेरे से अच्छा गाती नहीं. मैं जानती हूँ. मैं अच्छा गाती हूँ. जैसे in the same movie Shakti, Amitabh Bachchan is giving interview and the man says, Amitabh Bachchan shows him document. He says, good. लेकिन तुम तो नए हो, तुम्हें किसी काम का एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. तो अमिताभ सेज, अगर हर जॉब में मुझे लोग बोलेंगे कि तुम्हें एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है तो मुझे तो जॉब ही नहीं मिलेगा. देन ही सेज, नहीं ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन तुम इस काम को नहीं जानते. यू नो व्हाट अमिताभ सेज, और आप मुझे नहीं जानते. व्हाट अ कन्विक्शन इन आवर ओन सेल्फ कि आई एम द बेस्ट, तेरा जॉब कुछ भी, आई डोंट केयर, आई विल डू इट. Okay, so then one has to believe that I can do it, then only you will be able to do that. So basically let us understand how to get what we want. That is the main thing. Everybody has something to achieve, and let us understand how to go about it. So this belief one has to work on. That most of the time the belief is I don't deserve it. If you see belief, the spelling has L-I-E. I mean, this is a lie. It is a lie. So you have to believe, sometimes you have to believe a lie that you deserve it, and sometimes you have to understand this is a lie. But I don't deserve it, there is no base to that. No? Why shouldn't I deserve it? Okay. Now you ask yourself, suppose I ask you, if the God comes in and says, which car you want? You ask yourself what car I am asking for. If God comes and asks you where you want to stay, what flat or what bungalow you want, you ask yourself what I am asking for. So is it Pedder Road or maybe Beverly Hills or what? So that actually is decided by us. If you see, if you take a pumpkin, small pumpkin, and if you put it just like that, it will grow. So what people do is they put a pumpkin in a glass jar. So that small pumpkin is in a glass jar, and the pumpkin grows, and it grows up to the size of the glass jar. So the glass jar is decided by us. So we want the pumpkin to grow to that level, that's all. We don't want pumpkin to grow beyond that. So whatever size of pumpkin you want, you decide. So in our life, we decide this is where I am happy. And that is where you want it. See, you cannot be bigger than your dreams. You cannot be bigger than your dreams. So you have to have dreams which are outlandish, and they call it, there is some word called, for goals, they have BHAG, B-H-A-G. That is big, hairy, audacious goal. Big, hairy, audacious goal. That has to be audacious. If it is normal, that is not a goal. Okay. Now, basically the cause is early childhood. As I said, between 2 and 8, the childhood part, all our beliefs are ingrained on us. Like our parents have told, this is what you are supposed to do, and this is you are not supposed to be. Like when we try to attempt something, ये तेरे बस की बात नहीं है, तू मत कर, तेरी औकात नहीं है. This is what people say. कि don't even try that you cannot do that. That is what parents say. So there's limits are put by parents. So generally the child is limitless, and the parents start putting limits on him. Now see, when we say I don't deserve this, we think I am not good, that is why I don't deserve this. I feel that I am not good, that is why I don't deserve Mercedes. But deserving has nothing to do with being good. If you want something, suppose you want to have a bungalow in Pedder Road, and you think I am worthless, I am not even worth having bungalow in Virar, and you may be worthless, but that is not the reason why you don't get that bungalow. So what is the reason? That will come to. Basically, it is our willingness to receive good in life. We are not willing. It is our unwillingness rather. We are not willing to receive that. We tell our own self that I am actually, I don't deserve that. It is not that you are good or bad. You think you don't deserve it. That is why you don't get it. It is said that you don't get what you want. You get what you expect. Yeah, desire and expect. See, again, desire is maybe something which you are maybe daydreaming, but what you get what you expect.
Yeah, internally you what you
Ah.
say. You may outwardly
Say, but internally what you expect, that is what you get. Now, see, the training also happens in two ways. I tell you something, that is not training. Whatever I told you, if you tell the same thing to your own self, then the transformation will happen. Otherwise, it is just badi badi batein vada pav khate. See, I said something, you have listened to something, and that's about it. Forget it. So, if you genuinely, even out of this 1 hour, if you tell yourself the one thing, just this thing, I am telling myself. Now, he told me 10 things, but I am telling this one thing to myself. That is training. That is what has gone from here to there. Otherwise, I will just talk and things will. So, every time the training happens twice. So, I tell the person and that person tells himself. If he doesn't tell himself, it is all in vain. So, likewise, don't think, this is again a very, very profound statement. You are where you are not because you are not good, but because you think you don't deserve it. You think, and nobody else thinks, you think. You have put that glass jar. And if you change that, things will change. And that is the way mirror will change that. Because mirror will start making you love yourself. If you love yourself, you will start saying, I deserve it because I am good. So, I deserve good things and things will manifest. So, that is why mirror is very, very important in our lives and self-talk with mirror. Now, how to receive? Now, see, when generally we should, when we are doing this, now this is a process of receiving something. That is one, but there is one step ahead. That you eyes closed and you imagine to be in a place which is a safe and happy place. Whatever place, suppose samundra ka seashore or wherever, some garden, some place which you may have seen in your life. You imagine your eyes closed and go there mentally, and as if you are standing there. And how you are receiving it? So, here our SRK comes into picture, your arms stretched and you are receiving it. So, imagine like Shah Rukh does this. So, you imagine that you are getting what the universe is giving you with open arms. You can't shake hands with closed fist. Likewise, you can't receive something when you are like this. So, in fact, body language they talk. If you are like this, you are not accepting what I am saying. So, if somebody is sitting like this, he is to himself, he is saying bullshit. So, I don't want what you are saying. So, that is what is said in body language. So, here it should be like this. So, imagine you are in a place which is totally happy place where you feel happy, and you have to have hands stretched like SRK, Shah Rukh Khan, and see yourself filled with love and happiness. See, in fact, when you stand like that, from your fingers of your legs, you start imagining that love is getting inside your body. Slowly, slowly, imagine that love is occupying your entire body and it is overflowing. So, as if you imagine, see, believe me, all your diseases will go. Your disease is dis-ease. When you are not at ease, you are disease. Disease catches when you are not at ease. So, you feel that, and love can cure anything. Love is whole and whole is healing. So, when you love everybody, you are whole, you are in sync with universe because universe love everybody. Because flower doesn't say you don't take me or you take me. So, likewise, if you are universe, you will love everybody, you will be whole and you will be healed. So, it is again very, very powerful. Whatever problems you have in your body, if you do it for 21 days, you will see they will vanish. Because you have to imagine that love is occupying your entire body and it should ideally take 5 minutes. Imagining the love is occupying your each and every pore and corner of your body. And then you imagine that it is flowing out. Maybe whatever, you think that is a green liquid or something, blue liquid, and it is flowing out and it is just flowing outside your body. It is all about imagination. Imagination has nation in it. You can imagine and have nation built. Imagination. So, we have to imagine whatever you want to imagine. So, don't worry about what I imagine. So, believe that you are getting filled with love. And then you have to say this. See, your eyes closed, you are imagining that you are in a place which is happy and secure, and then your arms stretched, you are feeling that your body is filled with love, and then you have to say, I am open and receptive to whatever you want. I am open and receptive to that job, whichever you job, and that has to be specific because your subconscious mind has power, but doesn't have brains. If you don't tell it, it's like computer, it will just give you what you entered. It is child. 1 plus 1, it is a 2. So you have to give very specific instruction. I am open and receptive to Mercedes, not Mercedes, Mercedes E350 model, black color or blue color, whatever. And that model you should have gone to the showroom and seen that, and that should come into your mind. And when you are doing like this and you are open and receptive, you have to believe, feel that you have got it. And then it will happen, it will manifest. It has to be very specific. It has very specific. People think that I am not manifesting my desires because the desires are vague. If the desires are specific, you will get it. It is said that what you inspect gets improved. What you inspect will get improved. So when you want something, you inspect it minutely and eyes closed, relaxed, you are filled with love. That imagine that has come to you, and have that feeling. And that is all I want to tell you. That is our self-talk with mirror. So if you do that, it can have anything like career, health, happiness, whatever you want, it will come to you. But what you want, you decide. And the last slide which you have said, anybody wants, you can take it from here, or maybe I can mail you if you want. But please start doing this, you will see the difference. Because unless you love yourself, nothing will change. All the things which you are doing, we are treating the symptoms, not the disease. There is no point in treating the symptom. You have to treat the disease. And disease is our not in love with our own selves. That is a disease for all the problems which you are carrying in life. Okay. Any questions you have? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.